I'm Matt Jaques with Victory First. Welcome to Trigger Time TV. And now we're going to head out to Shadow 6. Jim and Melissa Gilliland are going to run us through holdover drills. How to set that rifle at a base 0 and being able to engage targets out to distance. 2, 3, 4, 500 yards. Take it away.
Hey folks, Jim and Melissa Gilliland of Shadow 6 Consulting here. For this episode, we want to talk about some holdover drills. Now, a holdover drill is nothing more than using your rifle's reticle to hold over on targets at a further distance, on known distance targets. And that keeps you from having to dial from target to target. Now, when you're doing this, it's commonly referred to as a holdover.
And here's how it works. You start off with your base 0. Most everyone uses a 100-yard 0. Then you determine the distance between the multiple targets, find out what your data is, and then instead of dialing, you're going to use that as a holdover for your specific scope reticle. Now, most reticles out there are mil-based, but there are a few that are MOA. So you have to know which one you're using, or your data is not going to be accurate. Now, once you determine the data for the range that you're going to be using to engage your targets, simply place your target in your crosshair under the spot on the reticle that you have determined is your holding point. Then you'll need to correct for wind, if any, and then take your shot.
So, to explain this a little bit better so you can actually see it, we've got 2 shooters set up. Now, one of the guys are going to be actually dialing between each target, and we've got 3 targets at distance, and then the other shooter is just going to hold over using his reticle like we're talking about. So give you a clear view of what we're talking about and actually see the time difference and what it'll save you. So let's go to that. All right, guys, here's how we're going to run this drill. We got our targets out here at 100, 175, and at 300, okay? Ryan, what I want you to do is I want you to pick up those 3 targets. I want you to run them as quickly as possible, and I want you to dial each distance in, all right? Your holds are going to be 0. They're going to be 0.4 and 1.1, all right, respectively.
Roger that, Jim.
All right, shooter ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by. Engage.
Impact. Impact. Impact.
Ceasefire, ceasefire. Kurt, shooter number 2. I want you to run the same drill. Targets 1 through 3. Same distances, same holds. But I want you to hold your reticle on the targets this time.
Okay,
You understand? All right. Shooter ready?
Ready.
Engage.
Impact. Impact. Impact.
Ceasefire, ceasefire. Clear, clear, clear. All right, good job, guys. Go ahead and make sure you're safe. So as you can see from that, using your reticle to engage targets instead of dialing is accurate, and it can be way faster while hitting targets at different distances or ranges, or even traversing between the 2. So it allows you to stay on your gun and stay in the fight while you allow for other things that are happening, and it keeps you on your baselines and your 100-meter 0. So what are some of the things that you've learned in your competition shooting where this drill can really help out?
This drill helps out tremendously because in a lot of stages, or in a couple of stages that you have like a 500 mover and a 300 mover. You have maybe time stressors, which minute 30, 2 minutes to shoot 10 shots one way, 10 shots another way. So using the holdover drill, you're not having to come up off your rifle and dial it up. Same thing with unknown distance targets. You usually have about 5 or 6, and instead of trying to stand up, dial, you know, get everything on your scope right, it's just a lot easier and faster and more accurate to hold over.
Sure. And it's one of the things that we definitely use overseas when we're engaging targets, in Iraq and Afghanistan, because you don't know how many targets you're actually going to have or what distance they may be, or you may know the distance to the buildings or something around them. And it just allows you to go from target to target to target, transitioning faster at different ranges, so long as you know what those holds are. So if you want to be really precise and accurate, you can dial if you've got the time. But if you need to take that quick, right now shot, and you need to move to the next one, learn what your holdovers are and know where they are in your reticle, and that way you can hit more targets quicker. Till next time, you guys hunt the wolf.
And protect the flock.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Raven Concealment System, Troy Industries, Troy Defense, Sword USA, US Optics, Mayflower Tactical, Arbros, Keltec, Dark Angel, Black Hills Ammunition, Yeti, Aimpoint, Wiley X, and Wilson Combat.